Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello. My name is Jennifer Waters, and I am part of the CNY fertility team here in Syracuse, New York. So, I like to start at the end to give you all the information regarding what we're going to talk about today in case I lose you. I know everybody's busy, and if you want to read this talk in full, you can visit my blog because I take this information and then I put it on the blog. So it makes it really easy to find later on. I want to talk about testing your microbiome today briefly. A lot of people talk to me about their digestive issues, gas, bloating, diarrhea, constipation, acid reflux, you name it. I think 20 million people at least in the United States of North America have these digestive symptoms. I think it's really, really important to correct your digestive problems. Why? Because the food we eat is making the blood, which is nourishing our ovaries and uterus, which is creating our hormone balance. High quality blood leads to high quality health. It's really that simple. You have to improve your digestion no matter what diet you're on, whatever nutritional program you're on. If you are not digesting your food well, you are not absorbing the nutrients from this nutrition that you're investing in. Most of us are spending a lot of our money, our valuable resources on food because it is the foundation of our health, right? It's what you do every day that matters the most. And we want to invest in our nutrition, right? My name is Jennifer, and I'm part of the CNY fertility team. I'm one of the acupuncturists there, and you will see me on Tuesdays if you happen to be in Syracuse doing a transfer on a Tuesday. My full-time clinic, though, is over with CNY Healing Arts. So that's where you'll find me pretty much every other day. So, okay, testing the gut. So a lot of people come to me and they say, I have acid reflux, I have gas and bloating. What should I do? Now, one approach to health is what I call the plug and play, right? We take your symptoms, we make some educated assumptions, and then we give you some solutions, right? Starts with lifestyle and some nutritional stuff, and then usually supplements, whether it's digestive enzymes or something to balance out your pH or something to help with gas and bloating. There's lots of things in the herbal world and the supplement world. Really, we have excellent solutions for all of that. And then a lot of people are taking probiotics, right? So the problem with that is that we don't know exactly what you need to repopulate your gut. So the word dysbiosis, if you say that a couple times, you're going to feel pretty smart. It just means an imbalance in your gut. There are fungal colonies, there are bacterial colonies in your gut. This is how we digest fat and protein, right? So there's the good, the bad, and the indifferent, right? So a gut test is going to show us exactly what you have too much of, what you have enough of, and what you really want to get rid of. A lot of people, unfortunately, have E. coli. How? Well, eating in restaurants. Those of you, I know none of you here at CNY are eating plants or salads, especially out in a restaurant, but you may have in the past. So this is where we get E. coli, unfortunately. And it doesn't matter if you're spending $100 on an entree or $10 on an entree, you are at risk for E. coli when you're eating in a restaurant. Okay. So one of the solutions to that is, well, to not eat out, obviously, but that's not reality and that's not very fun. Ask for a side of raw onion. Right. I learned this trick from Anthony William. If you include raw onion in your meal, it is antibacterial. It will help to minimize any bacteria that may be transferred to you from the chefs or whoever's in the kitchen, especially now. I know a lot of restaurants are struggling with trying to get help and this and that. So, anyways, I hope that everybody is doing the best that they can. I'm going to make that as an assumption, and let's put that out there in the world that everybody is trying to do their job well and that they care about themselves and each other, which I believe is the most important thing now and at all times. So, a gut test is going to show us, do you have E. coli? Do you have candida? How well are you digesting fats? Most of the people that I see are on a high fat, high protein diet and they need a little help in the gallbladder, right? How well your gallbladder is functioning is really the key to good digestion. We want lots of bile, high quality bile, and then we want to purify the bile because a lot of toxins get absorbed into the bile via the liver and gallbladder, right? So this is an area of a lot of congestion. So we want to support your gallbladder to be producing high quality bile so you can digest all of this wonderful fat and protein that you're eating, the macro and the micronutrients. This is what you need to create high quality eggs, to create an environment where your uterus is strong enough to maintain a pregnancy. What if you don't have a gallbladder anymore? I love that question. A lot of people do not. Here's the thing, energetically, the channel is still there, right? And so we can support the movement, the bioelectrical aspect of the channel, the gallbladder channel, which is long and complex. It runs through the hips, which tend to be tight and congested. And then that burden is put onto the liver. The liver then creates all the bile. So anybody that's had their gallbladder removed should 1000% be taking this product called Colacol. It is bile salts. It is going to support your liver to produce the bile that you need to digest well, right? We don't want to just say, oh, take these enzymes so you can digest your food. No, we want to create an environment in your gut so that you're getting all of the acids that you need to digest well, so that you're not, most people are not too alkaline, but we want to keep that acid alkaline imbalance. We want you to secrete enough saliva and chew your food well so that you are digesting before the what I call the assault on the stomach, which really is an assault on the small intestine. So remember, digestion begins in the brain. It is what we see, what we smell, and how we feel before a meal, during a meal, after a meal. And then it comes into the mouth. We have our salivary glands, our parotid glands, essential in digestion, how well we're chewing. If you can chew your food 30 times, 100 times per bite, really support your stomach, your whole GI system to break down this food, especially if you're eating a lot of steak, a lot of bacon. You really need to chew well. So then when it gets to the stomach, you are ready to start breaking down and absorbing right into the small intestine. So, Megan, that is a supplement. You can find more information about this on my website, jenniferwaters.net, and this will be on my blog as well. You can email me and I'll send you the name of that product. There's other things out there. This is just things that I have recently been introduced to that I have found extremely effective. If you do have a gallbladder and you just want a little extra support, beet greens and beets, concentrated beets, actually really help to produce bile. Drinking bitter teas before your meal, whether it's dandelion or burdock, there's lots of great teas out there now. There are bitter receptors throughout our entire body, but in particular through the GI tract. So anytime you can introduce the flavor of bitter into your diet, you will be supporting your overall digestive health. And this is how we naturally minimize the dysbiosis, the bacteria that we do not want, right? So it should be a part of our daily meals, our daily lifestyle, Pay attention to what is growing in season where you live. Like spring is the season of dandelion greens and all of those bitter that supports the liver. That is going to support our gallbladder as well. So, what else about the gut test? You can get information about it on my website, jenniferwaters.net. It is not expensive. If somebody tells you you have to spend $500 and you're going to get a 20-page report of exactly everything that's going on in your gut, that's all fine and well. But then what are you going to do with that information? I find that there's tons of testing out there and not a lot of follow up. If practitioners could match the amount of testing that they do with the amount of follow-up and treatment plans that they do, everyone's health would improve. But what I find is there's a big imbalance. So people come to me and they have 20-page report of everything that's going on with them, and then they don't know what to do. And that's why they come to us to find out now what, you know. So the report that I like the most is a synthesis between two companies. It's a sequencing lab. This is all they do. And it comes with a plan, right? Now, this plan is going to be 1, 2, or 3 months long. Most of the folks I know are testing annually. You don't need to live by the test. You can live by your symptoms. Absolutely. But let's get a test to find out, to start the foundation for you to see, to take a deeper dive, and then say, okay, this is what we're going to do. Make sure that your symptoms are abated or improved so that you are feeling better. And then in a year or 18 months, we can test again. So the symptoms that you might want to get a test because of your gut mycobiome, which is the fungal aspect, and dysbiosis are anything from chronic fatigue to difficulty urinating to acid reflux to inflammation, skin issues, anxiety and depression. A lot of people refer to the gut as the second brain. I believe it is the first brain, right? It is what is feeding our brain, right? So how can that be secondary? It's not. That's just my own little thing. So then we have to ask ourselves, how did we come up with this imbalance? So if you find, oh, wow, you have a lot of candida, you have a lot of the stealth pathogens, the things that you don't want, let's just pause and look at why. How did that occur? I think it's important so that you don't continue down that path. We know that candida thrives on sugar, mostly processed sugar, which is also carbohydrates. And so we may want to step back and look at that aspect of your daily nutrition and minimize that for a while and see if you feel better. So then the solutions, like I said, are going to be easy to access, and you should start feeling better right away. That is the sign that you're on the right path, is that you feel better right away. So that's all for today, folks. Have a wonderful Thursday. I hope everybody's doing well. Please practice patience with yourself and others. Please take a moment to care about each other. I don't care if it's the driver next to you or the person on the phone doing customer service. Just care about yourself so that you can care about others. Okay. It's up to us to make the world a better place. And I don't think it's going to be that hard. And I think that honestly, we can have a good time while we're doing it. Thank you for your interest. Take care.